Good morning, team. Thank you for jumping on this call today. I so greatly appreciate it. Today, we're already into episode 222, and it's called Trust the Process. Two important words, trust and process. And before I get into it in more detail, I want to remind you of my professional purpose, and that is to help you, the broker advisor, optimize your productivity and help you become the best version of yourself. Why? Because happy brokers sell more real estate. And I do that by helping you handle challenges and opportunities that you face every single day. And if you can effectively manage certain situations that arise on a daily basis in your business, you will be more productive and you will live a life that is the best version of you. And I truly hope that you will look at this call almost as if you're in a one-on-one coaching session with me, either in my office or on a phone call. So I appreciate you guys jumping on today. Thank you. On this 222nd episode of my Monday Morning Pep Talk, I will deliver, in my opinion, one of my most important pep talks where I will truly explain the ultimate why behind Take Flight. I spent all of last year bringing you step by step the updated details of Take Flight, and I'll take you deeper into the why and how I built it. This Monday Morning Pep Talk will answer the question I get every January and February. Even after having taught Take Flight all of last year, I am still getting the quote unquote, the question. It hit me this year that I have not done a good enough job of explaining the reason why this lifestyle and business operating system is so important to consider and implement. Here's the lead up phrase and question I get regularly at the beginning of each year in some form or another. Note, the people asking the question are normally those that are incredibly aware of Take Flight. And in many cases, they listen to most of my Monday Morning Pep Talks and have added many of the strategies already to their lives and businesses. Okay, so here's the question. They say, Jim, every January, I feel like I go back to zero. I go back to zero production. I have to start all over, and I have this need to compete all the time to beat my numbers from last year. What do I do? My answer is usually something along these lines, and that is trust the process. If you have built your business for success, simply trust it. Trust the process. Get up every day and execute on what you built. Get up every day and execute on what you built. Honestly, that truth bomb is not what most want to hear. Okay. A process is not sexy. It's not Instagrammable. You can't order it on Amazon and have it delivered in 2 days. It's an unsatisfying answer for most because the results are not immediate. Trust the process. Trust is a powerful word. You've heard me say, hope is not an action plan. But we need hope and we need to trust. We need hope and trust to get us through this thing called life. I rely on faith, I rely on hope, and I rely on trust every single day. It's the only reason that I can sleep at night with the responsibilities that I face each day. And I'm moved by these words. The only problem is that these words are passive. They, by themselves, do not create results. A process is actionable. A process is actionable. It sits beautifully next to execute, create, build, deliver, effort, do, move, and serve. Team, you do not get where you want to go without action in the creation of repeatable processes. We've talked about a predictable, enjoyable business, and you just don't get there without these repeatable processes. And at some point in your career, you have to take that time to go all in, get really uncomfortable, disappear for a few weeks or months, and build it. We get so caught up in the day-to-day that we never take the time to create the process that will pay us back over and over every year. Instead of dreading January, you'll be like, let's go. You become obsessed and addicted by the challenge of making your life and business better for you. Your competition is not those around you on the leaderboard or that cool reel you just saw on Instagram. The competition is you. It becomes a game of you versus you. And once built, the focus switches to how can I make those small changes to make my business even better and easier to run? That's the game. That's 30,000 feet. The word trust aligned with the word process is the answer to beginning the year, the answer to the beginning of the year jitters. That repeatable process is Take Flight, and it's there for you if you want to build it. Now, why did I create Take Flight and why am I so passionate about it? Why do I write 3 to 5 hours a week for over a decade and personally hire a team each week to push it out complimentary to any of those that want to listen? Simple answer. Simple answer. I do not want any of you to go through the challenges I went through between 2008 and 2014. Because of those years, I lost a decade of momentum, but at the same time, I gained tremendous knowledge that needs to be shared. And for that, I am so grateful. The reason I lost a decade is because no one was bringing me the basics. They weren't bringing the basics to the forefront to me. I just didn't know. I wasn't aware. The light bulb started to go off immediately as my relationship-based DNA was reawakened after I started to dive deep into basic success principles. I tend to avoid talking about myself and those challenges and my challenges during those years, but because I never really want it to ever be about me. And I don't talk about the sleepless nights, the getting up at 4 a.m. every day for 15 years, the falling asleep at my desk, and the countless hours of coaching and training people. I had to do that to build it so I can save everyone the time of figuring it out for themselves. It's right there for you. Most of the content in Take Flight is not original. The content is from my experience, the books I've read, the podcasts I've listened to, and the courses that I have taken over the years. And I have editorialized them, compartmentalized them, and repackaged them in a way that has flow and easier to understand for most. If I was you, I would just simply start at episode number 179 and go through episode 217. Those 12 hours of content give you the basics of quote unquote the process. Within each episode, you will then need to read more and you'll need to study more and purchase more content to go deeper into each. Episodes number 179 to 217 are everywhere you want to listen. Got them on Apple Podcasts. I've got them on Spotify. I've got them on YouTube. It's there for you. Simply trust the process. And there are so many layers that go into that phrase. The level of your commitment and effort will decide how fast you get there. I want to say that again. That's important. The level of your commitment and effort will decide how fast you get, quote unquote, there. Team, I wish it was easier. It's not. Once the process is built, it will drive game-changing opportunities for you and to you. This business will always be challenging, but that is why we get paid what we get paid. Very few can do what you do. I really believe that all of us are a little bit crazy. We're a little bit nuts, honestly, to do this every single day, but I love you because of that craziness. And that is why I throw this lifeline to you every Monday. In the future, I will have a better, more well thought out answer next time I get the question. Jim, it's January. What do I need to do to hit my numbers this year? What I'm going to say is, let me tell you, I'm going to send you episode 222 of my podcast. You have to build it and trust the process. And until you fully build it, you won't have anything to trust. And that is why you have anxiety year in and year out. Let me say that again. You have to build it and trust the process. And until you fully build it, you won't have anything to trust. And that is why you have anxiety year in and year out. If you need a reminder of the power and depth of this Monday Morning Pep Talk, remember that there are two super important words: trust and process. Trust and process. Two words, episode 222. Have a great week, everyone. If you're not getting my weekly email, send me an email to jim@askjimmiller.com to get on that email list, or you can go to my Instagram profile at Ask Jim Miller to register. You can also listen to the Raw Cut on Apple Podcasts and sound engineered version on Spotify and YouTube. I'll talk to you next Monday. Thank you.